What's going on, people? Just want to get straight into it. Quite a lot to talk about. Like, I'm getting very bored. Like, it's not even annoying. Well, it's kind of, but I'm getting very bored of like the the nonsense that's been going on, the poor analysis of ex professionals. You got to think about it. A lot of these people now that's on this mainstream media platform are ex professionals, and these lot should know better. The narrative that Arsenal only play for set pieces, how can that actually make any sense? And that's what I'm going to break down today, because it's lazy analysis, it's lazy punditry. And what makes it sad is that the professionals who actually played the game and been a part of the game are taking things from content creators who's some of them has probably never kicked a ball. And they are making these fan conversations mainstream topic. What people have got to understand here is that these pundits, ex-professionals, and people who are around this, they have lived this stuff. They have massive followings from their professional days. So coming out of the game and being content creators themselves, they're going to come with a massive fan base. So when they're putting things out there, yeah, it's going to hold a lot of weight. I can understand that a lot of people don't like Arsenal. And this obsession that everyone has gained over this last 20 years, I feel people need to understand that if Arsenal wins the Premier League, not only your obsession and everything else you've had for Arsenal for the last 20 years, not only that will disappear, but also your conversation will then also hold no weight, because you'll no longer can't say, oh, you haven't won the league in so long. You might then move it to, well, you've only won one Premier League in 20 years or 22 years, whatever it is. That may be the new narrative, but who will care? Who will care? A lot of your arguments will no longer exist. A lot of content creators who's built their platforms, which will be most of them, because how many content creators have been making content for the past 20 years that we are actually following today? It's not a lot of them. A lot of people have built their platforms over the last 10 years, 5, 3, 2, 7, whatever. So a lot of these people have known Arsenal to be a club that ain't won the league in a long time. They've called themselves a big club, XYZ, we all know the story. But you lot need to prepare yourselves for if Arsenal do win the league or more. So, but going back to the main thing is that these people or pundits, social media platforms who are pushing these narratives, do you know why this whole thing that Arsenal play for set pieces is nonsense? For starters, I'm going to break it down. Arsenal attack. Teams sit back against Arsenal because they know if they attack against us, they're going to get hurt. Yeah? We press. Everyone says, oh, Arsenal plays boring football. Why are we always in the opposition's half? If we play that boring of football, why are we always in the opposition half? Secondly, there's only two ways in football, yeah, that you can get a set piece. Only two ways. There's no matter how many angles you look at it, there is only two ways you can get a set piece. Yeah. And it's by the opposition fouling you and the opposition kicking the ball out for a corner. Yeah. I'm going to repeat that. The only ways you can receive a set piece is if the opposition fouls you or they also kick the ball out for a corner. Now, how is Arsenal in control of any of those aspects? You might say that, well, they attack. This is why they're in control. So then that blows out the narrative that Arsenal is not an attacking team. They play boring football. Therefore, you cannot play for something that you have no control in the first place. Arsenal cannot play for something that they have no control and when they get it. For example, if Arsenal constantly attack an opposition, they constantly attack an opposition, they constantly attack an opposition, they keep getting, say, let's say past the halfway line, and then that person or then that team shuts them down. What happens? There's no set piece in that. If you do not let Arsenal in a dangerous position, they are no threat to you. If you do not foul Arsenal in a dangerous position, there is no way that they can get a set piece. If you do not start panicking and kick the ball out for a corner, Arsenal cannot get a set piece. So where on this planet do this narrative come from that Arsenal plays for set piece? How can you play for something that the opposition has to grant you? It's not like Arsenal say, all right, yeah, we're drawing now. We're playing against, I'll just pick one. We're playing against Fulham. And we're drawing now. Arsenal, Arteta goes, ref. We're 70 minutes in the game now. It's 0-0. I need a set piece. I need one because that's the only way we're going to score. So come on, ref. Give me a set piece. Don't work like that. It does not work. It literally does not work like that. You cannot get a set piece unless you foul the team that's attacking you. There's no way. If you do not let Arsenal get into your area, then therefore they cannot get a set piece. If you do not foul Arsenal in a dangerous position, therefore there is no way that they can get a set piece. So this whole narrative that Arsenal only plays for set piece is you lot. Yes, you. You lot are the one, are the blame for all the set pieces that you have given to Arsenal. You lot are the ones to blame. They can train Arsenal could train from since 2004 to now on set pieces. But guess what? They will never score a single one. If you don't kick the ball out for a corner or the keeper doesn't make a save, for example, I missed out a few. If the keeper doesn't make a save and knocks the ball out for a corner, there is no way. Arsenal can't kick the ball out and get a corner out of it because it's impossible. That means that it's a goal kick, which is the rules of the game. Everybody knows that. So where is this narrative come from? And do you know what? Do you know where it comes from? The hate. Yeah. Do you know where that comes from? The mental. I'm going to go to the mental of this as well because a lot of people don't understand how things affect their mentality without them even knowing. Mental health is a serious thing, and I don't want to use it as an example into football, but I'm trying to break down something so people don't understand. Yeah, when you're so used to something being in a particular way or a particular position, a lot of, for especially the youngsters, I'm 37. I'm not particularly a youngster. I'm pretty young to a lot of football supporters, but I'm not exactly a youngster. But for kids that are like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, even 25, they have not known Arsenal to ever win a league because you're not going to remember at 5 years old that Arsenal was invincible. Do you know what I mean? Like 5 years old, you're probably playing with toys or watching your favorite kids' cartoons. So I'm going to say like a lot of young kids now that are watching a game and online and on social media, they've never seen Arsenal win a title. So they are mostly going on what everybody else is going on. And the thing is, there's a lot of copycats, and that's part of lazy analysis. One person says something, and without a single thought, or a single thought about anything, they run with it. This is true. This happened, so this is true. Without thinking about it. There's been so many things that has gone against Arsenal, over this last 20 years. And we're supposed to be the unbearable ones. We have been the battering ram of the Prem for 20 years plus, and we are the unbearable. The narrative that, if Arsenal win the league, their fan base, it's gonna be unbearable. We have millions of supporters, but how do you think we feel against everybody else? We are one fan base, We are one fan base. We've had to deal with Man United supporters, Liverpool supporters, Chelsea supporters, Tottenham supporters, Man City supporters, everybody else below them. And we are just one fan base, but we are the unbearable ones. We've been the battering ram of this league against everything. From Arsenal will never win a Premier League because they're not good enough. They play good football, but they just don't have the backbone for it. They can't see our games. Oh, it's the same old Arsenal. You know, it's the same old Arsenal. They can't do anything because they don't have the backbone for it. We have them saying they will never win a Champions League. Why can't Arsenal be tougher? They get pushed over by everyone. I remember when we couldn't see our games, we would be playing the most decent football, ticky-tacky, this and that. Gets to the 70th minute. Oh, it's 2-1. Let's say 2-1. Okay. Arsenal fans are panicking now. It gets to the 80th minute. It's 2-2. Then it would get to 90th minute. It's 3-2. Our fans are raging. We're getting laughed at. We're being mocked. And this happened for week in, week out. From 2000, and 5 till Arteta joined Arsenal. So you tell me, if you had to go through all of that and you consider yourself as a big club and you've got every single person around you telling you that you'll never do this, you'll never do that, and you lot think that we're unbearable, how about you lot are the ones who created this Arsenal fan base? Yeah, I'm saying it. You lot are the ones who created us. Yeah, it's like a kid in school, and this is another serious thing that's happening, but it's a very relatable explanation. It's like a kid in school. It's being bullied all his life. All his life. He's this little skinny guy. You know, he was quiet, never really made a lot of friends. And you know, he's left school now. He's buffed up a bit. Like, he was little, now he's 6'3". Somehow, you don't know how, but he's 6'3" now. He's gone gym. Now he's big. He might be a boxer or something. And now he's seen you lot who's picked on him all his life. How do you think that person's going to react towards you? How do you feel that that person may react towards you? Guarantee it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be like pleasant. Like, now he knows what he's capable of, and he knows that now, well, he can do things to you. So how do you think that person's going to behave? This is the same thing that you lot have created. Imagine being told that you're never going to win a Champions League. You're never going to win a, fair enough, we still ain't won it, but you're never going to do this. You're never going to do that. Week in, week out. Content being thrown up. And it's just from the fan base. And then you got the social media who has joined in on this. How do you think the club may feel about that? And this is the narrative. This is what you lot have created. And now you're saying that we are the ones who are unbearable. And we're just one fan base. We have to deal with the other top 5 and everybody else below that. The other top 5 and the other 14. The other 14 teams as well. Plus the social media and the ex-professionals. Yeah? This is what Arsenal fans have had to deal with. So you lot better hope that Arsenal do not win this league. Because you see, if they do, see that cannon? Yeah? That's been loaded up by everything that you lot have said over the last, say, 6 years. Not even to mention the others before that, because we was nobodies. In the latter, say, Arsene Wenger era, we was nobodies. So I'm talking about from the Arteta era, because that's when Arsenal became what you lot is for. This is the thing. You see, from when Arteta joined Arsenal, Arsenal became what you lot have been asking for. Yeah, it's what you lot have been asking for. Oh, why can't they be better? They play fancy football, but they're not hard enough. Yeah, now we are that. It's Arsenal's boring. You know, they only score from set pieces, which I've just firmly explained that you cannot get a set piece unless it's been given by the opposition. Oh, Arsenal, you know, they're cheaters. This is a new one by John Obi Mikel. Arsenal are cheaters. How can Arsenal be cheaters when it's the referee that gives them the decision? How can Arsenal be cheaters? See, lazy punditry. And these are professionals. Yeah, are coming out and saying this. Yeah, these are professionals. If we had the likes of Martin Keown, for example, or Ian Wright coming out and saying Man City are cheaters, how do you think that would go across? It wouldn't come across well, especially him being an ex-Arsenal professional. It wouldn't come across well. So you have professionals who are actually going in on the lazy punditry, and it makes the game even worse. This destroys our sport. It really does, because no one is actually doing proper analysis. Yeah, you ask for an Arsenal team to be more tough, to be more ruthless, to be more resilient, to be more mean. You don't ask for this. All of you did. And now you get it. This is what we get. I remember Arsenal being, in the last 2 or 3 years, I remember before a ball is even being kicked. Yeah, before a ball is even being kicked, I remember them saying they ain't gonna win the league. They're gonna bottle it. It's gonna get to March, and they're gonna bottle it. They're gonna bottle it. The season starts, we're at the top of the league. They're not gonna win it. It's gonna come February. It's gonna come. At first it was October. Wait till it gets to October. October comes. Christmas. They always get a lot of injuries in Christmas. Yeah, they're gonna bottle it. Christmas comes. It'll be February. February comes. They definitely ain't gonna make it to the end of the season. City's gonna win it. So for the whole season, you batter us. How about being failures? And then when we actually finally fail, is that, oh, we're bottlers. Does that make sense? You knew that we weren't gonna win it. So how can we be failures? How can a failure be a failure? Because from the get-go, we weren't gonna do it. So you can't say, oh, Arsenal are favourites, because there was never favourites in your opinion. Because from before the season even starts, you lot are putting up your predictions. Liverpool's going to win it. Man City's going to win it. You always pick the closest teams that are around. There's no real analysis in the game. Because if there was, you don't want to speak about this when you're getting something that you directly asked for. Arsenal is now the team that you lot have wanted for all these years, and now you got it. You can't handle it. It's getting to you. A lot of people need to be careful, because football might be a very dead topic if Arsenal win this Premier League. Like, it's a serious thing. Football might become, for a lot of you, a very boring and dead topic, because all a lot of you know is Arsenal, especially the mainstream media now. I feel sorry for a lot of them. Yeah, you lot need to start looking into some other teams that you might want to start looking at. Man United over there, or even Liverpool, or maybe Chelsea, because if Arsenal wins this league, mate, like a lot of you lot's platforms, I feel sorry for it. Football's going to be very boring, because Tottenham might go down. Can't exactly turn to them, because it wouldn't make sense, because they're in the Championship. You can't talk about them in the Prem. If Arsenal win the league, we're immune to your conversation, even if there is a conversation. It won't make sense. Be better. Don't let the hate consume. Well, it's too late, but stop letting the hate consume you. Because a lot of your conversations now, yeah, we see a few people calling it out, like Simon Jordan, who's as everybody knows, he's one of the most honest person, whether you want to call it that, or upfront person, whichever one that suits you. And even he was calling it out the other day, that what is going on. Set piece is a beautiful thing to have, especially if you can score from them. Like, who cares? Why would you? It wins you games. So what? Everyone finds a strategy. I remember when Man City was doing what we call the sweaties in FIFA. People play FIFA or FC, wherever it is now. Yeah, EA, or wherever it is EA. If you lot play that nowadays, then you lot will know what a sweaty is. And everybody that plays FIFA or loves it or into it would know when someone scores a sweaty on you, it boils your blood from the inside. Yeah, you get upset. You feel a bit worthless. You feel like, oh, how did I let that go in? Like, you kind of get a bit down from it in a sense, like, because it's such a horrible goal to score. But corners, They're horrible because you lot don't score them. I remember the other day when Man City scored a corner. You should see the way out their fans were celebrating. Even the content creators, the same ones who cuss Arsenal to say that they're boring. They was mocking it, saying set piece FC. It's the hate. Stop letting it consume you. Because you see if Arsenal wins this league or more. Boy, you lot are really going to say, oh, this is why we didn't want them to. But you lot created this monster. And now you're scared of it. You've created a monster that none of you can seem to cage now. That it's been released. And all the hate and everything that you're putting is not seem to be working. So you lot are trying to find new ways. You lot are even trying to go as far as asking the Premier League to ban set pieces. Because Arsenal score from them so much. You lot are going as far. Stop it. It's not healthy. It's actually a sickness. The way how you lot go on about Arsenal is actually a sickness. And this is why it's going to be worse if they do win something major. Because how are you lot going to cope? How are some of you going to cope? I hear some of these content creators joking about saying, I might have to leave the country. Yeah? You don't hear Arsenal fans saying that when we've been going through this for 20 years. Yeah? You don't hear us saying that. You don't hear us saying, oh my God, like, if Man City wins the league, we're going to leave the country. We just focus on what we're doing. But a lot of you, some of you are actually going to be proper affected by this because it's all a lot of you know throughout your whole YouTube careers. And this is why I'm begging you for your own mental well-being. Come to terms that Arsenal might win the league. I can't say that we're guaranteed going to win it. I feel like we're in a good position to, but anything can happen. But prepare yourselves. Because all the stuff that you lot have been saying online for the last 2 or 3 years is coming back. You really think that people ain't clipping? You really think that Arsenal don't have content creators that have been clipping everything? You lot think that this is bad? All the stuff that's been going on this season. You wait until if and when we win something. It's going to be crazy. That's when you lot are going to hate us. And it's going to be you lot are the ones that should hate yourselves for creating this type of fan base. And that's what it is. We can only take so much. 22 years is a long time. Come on, man. Let us be. Let us be. 22 years is a long time. That's more than half my life. I'm not even 40 yet. Do you know what I'm saying? That's more than half my life. Let us be, man. It's our time. We've been around. Like, we've gone beyond what should have been expected. Usually a team that chase a title for 1 or 2 seasons usually wins it. Or we've gone 3 years of coming in second. Why can't you let us be? Like, why can't you let us be? And last thing I'm going to say is Arsenal fan base. What are you lot doing? Why is our fan base saying that we play boring football? So that we do. Who cares? Why do you care? Doesn't make sense. Why do you care? You lot have known what we've been through for the last 22 years. And you lot are caring that we're scoring from corners or we play boring football. What are we doing here? Are you not real Arsenal fans? No real Arsenal fan's going to care how we score a goal, as long as it goes in the back of the net. You can't be real Arsenal fans. This is how you lot are behaving. We have been in the mud for 20 plus years. And you lot are talking about we don't play attractive football. Where did playing attractive football got us for the last 18 years? Or whatever it was, 16 years. Where did attractive football get us? Top 4. Top 4. Mockery. Being called soft, worthless. We haven't got a backbone. Troy Deeney. And you lot are complaining about that we win games from set pieces. Do better. Because you lot also, you Arsenal haters, you lot are going to be done. And this is what you lot are scared for. Because a lot of you lot have built your platforms from hating the club that you supposedly supposed to support. So I also feel sorry for you lot. And I hope Arsenal win this league here so you lot can get your karma. Because no real supporter says that their team is boring when they win after not winning for 16 years, playing that attractive, one of the best footballs in the league. It's never got us anywhere. Just got us top 4 and lower. And now we're winning, we're boring. Doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Fix up and support your club if you really want to see us win something. That's how you win. You don't win by saying, oh, set piece is boring. We don't score from where. Who gives a damn? No one cares how you score. Score from your bum. Who cares? No one cares. Score with your knee. I don't care. Score with your neck if it's possible. I don't care. I just want that ball in the back of the net and the 3 points secure. That's all I want. And that's all you lot should want too. And another thing, for you haters, yeah, fix up. Because it don't make sense here how you lot are coming out and saying, oh, Arsenal are boring. Why would we care if we're boring to someone that doesn't support our club? What are you lot doing here? Is their hate consume you lot so much that you lot are going this deep? How can Arsenal care if somebody doesn't support us? You lot watch us week in. Think about this. You lot watch us week in, week out, yeah, to see us lose. And you lot go on social media and post that we play boring football. Which part of that makes any sense? It's like me going on the internet to make a video to say, oh, Man United plays boring football. I don't support Man United. Why would I care about the football that Man United play? I don't care. I don't care. It's not my team. I really don't. I don't care about the football that Tottenham plays. I don't care about the football that Chelsea plays. I don't care about the football that Man City plays. I don't care about the football that Stevenage plays. And they're not even anywhere near the Premier League. I don't care. All I care about is what Arsenal do and what we're doing to try and win. That's all that should matter to any fan, is who in their team is performing, how your team is performing. That's all you should care about. You lot are too caught up on what Arsenal's doing. It's sickening. It's madness. The opposition, half of you ex-professionals, Man United professionals, Gary Neville, Paul Scholes, John Obi Mikel. Why are you not so obsessed with how Arsenal play football? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter how Man United's doing. It shouldn't matter how Chelsea are doing. I see John Obi Mikel talking about Arsenal play boring football. They spend over $1 billion. Look at what your club's doing. Where are Chelsea? And they spend $2 billion. Where are they, mate? But you have time to be focusing on what we're doing. Focus on what you're doing, mate. Because it's got nothing to do with you what we're doing. We might be on the course to winning something. What's your club doing? Buying youngsters to sell them on. Why are you not talking about that? Why are you coming on TalkSport to talk about how boring Arsenal are and how they are cheaters? How are we cheaters? So scoring from corners is cheating now. How many corners have Chelsea scored? Behave, mate. You lot are obsessed. And the fans are letting these professionals do lazy punditry and getting away with it. I'm writing on now. I've been going on for 20 to 28 minutes. But behave yourselves, because it's not right what you lot are doing. You can hate a club. It's good for the fans. But the social media who have joined into this is sickening. Because you lot are professionals. You lot should do better. Fans should have these conversations. It's okay for Tottenham to say, Arsenal's crap. Arsenal's this. I want to see them lose. That's what they're supposed to do. It's even okay for Man United to say that. It's definitely okay for Chelsea to say that. They're fans. But that's all it should be. Not the professionals joining in and doing lazy punditry, talking about it's boring scoring from corners, something that's been a long part of the game. Every single team that wins the league score like at least 14 or 15 corners. So what are we doing here? Do better. So boy Solo. I've been ranting on, but I felt like I had to make this video because not many people will even see this, because I don't have no followers. I don't have no followers, but it will reach some people. And the people that it reach, I hope you lot listen to what I'm saying and try to understand. Arsenal don't control anything in football apart from how they play and the results that they get. That's the only thing any team controls. You don't control anything. You don't control the decisions that goes against you, because the ref does. And VAR now. You don't control the corners that you get, because the team has to give them away. If any team is good enough to stop you from getting past the halfway line, you will never ever score a corner. You will never ever get a set piece dangerous enough to score from. So do better instead of talking about Arsenal play for corners when they don't. You lot play to give Arsenal corners because you lot rather to do that than let them score. And what do? They score from it anyways. Or the other thing that you lot can do is do a petition and appeal to FIFA, the FA, I should say, appeal to the FA to scrap corners and fouls. Scrap corners and set pieces. That's an Essex thing. Sounds silly, innit? Really does, but I'm going with it because this is how you lot sound. Get them. Appeal to the FA to say, you know what, when the ball goes out, just make it a goal kick. Because corners are so boring to score from, get rid of it. That's the only way. And that's the only way you may stop Arsenal from scoring from corners, is getting the FA to get rid of corners. And that way, no one can score from them. And that way, you won't have an issue to begin with. But that's silly, isn't it? Because corners has always been a natural part of the game. How can you get rid of them? Do better, man. Professionals, especially professionals. It's all right for us content creators or them content creators to talk like this. But it shouldn't be coming from people on Talk Sport and people on Overlap and Sky Sports, these major platforms. It shouldn't be coming. It shouldn't be coming from that. Because you lot are professionals, so you have a lot of followings anyways. So do better. Please, because you're not just destroying the love that the neutrals have for Arsenal. You're destroying football. That's what you're doing. You're actually destroying the sport. Because say Arsenal wins beyond all of this, what does everything that you have said means? It means nothing. It means nothing. You might say, oh, we're the worst winners. What is that? What's the bad winner? So if the winner is bad, yeah, and they are that bad, what are everybody else behind them? You know, just don't think before you speak. You come out and say, if Arsenal never wins the league, then they're the worst winners ever. That's okay. I'd rather be the worst winner than the worst loser because that's what everybody else should be. Second place right down to the 20th place, they'll be the worst ever losers because we're the worst ever winners. Come on, man. You lot are bringing down your own clubs in saying these things. And everybody else is latching onto it and making content out of it because they're listening to what you lot are saying. Do better. Solo, I'm out. Peace.